Hello, hello, it's time to stamp again with Lee and Jago. First up, I'll apologise for my voice today. I've got a little bit of a head cold, so I sound a bit weird, but anyway, let's keep on going. So it is the beginning of August. So yeah, Christmas is just around the corner, isn't that ridiculous? So over on our Facebook page, there is a new challenge to go with a new month. This month it is called Dog Days of Summer. Now I am in the middle of winter because I am Australian. So I had a thought as I was flicking through my little journal of what stamps I have, and then this large lady stood out to me, the large fairy lady, mainly because, you know, it's winter and I'm thinking summer, oh, swimming, beach, togs, winter, body. So yeah, that was about how I'm feeling, so I thought I would do something on there. So I just got out and I've just done some collage, as you've seen on the background there, and then I've just got a couple of stencils out, and I'm just using the stencils with some gel medium. So they're not going to be raised, they're not going to be overly seen, so they do colour up pretty well for the background piece anyway. So now I've just got out a piece of paper and I've got some textbook pages there, and then just some cardstock. I'm using, not cardstock, sorry, some watercolour paper. I really didn't plan a lot of this, only like the title that I wanted to use and then the picture, like the stamped image. So I'm sort of making things up as I go along, which is the way I create normally. So yeah, so I didn't know what image was that I was going to use because I thought I'll layer some up, but I didn't know exactly how. So then you saw I just printed the lady on the book text. I've printed her here on the cardstock watercolour paper. Now I'm just going to, I knew I wanted the wings to be different colour, so I have stamped them just with some Oxide, I think it's carved pumpkin. And then I've just got some Lindy's embossing powder and I've just embossed that. And then I'm thinking, hang on, I don't really like how she's not really standing out as much. So I stamped her again just with some Stazon, and then again with the same embossing powder put over the top. With this embossing powder, it is like a goldy type colour, but what I find really interesting about this is that when you actually stamp it, no matter what colour, like the stamp, it sort of, the embossing powder takes on the colour of the stamp, so it sort of still looks black, but it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. So it's really cool. I really like this effect. So now I'm just fussy cutting it out. And then I'll cut out the wings as well, and then I just adhere them to the back just with some, I think it's just a 450 glue or any tacky glue, or even a gel medium would work fine. Just put some more ink around the edges just to make those wings stand out a little bit more. So now I'm going to do the background. So I'm just heating it up just a little bit again, just to make sure it's all set. And what I'm going to do is I just got a piece of packaging there, and I just smush some of the Oxide in, put some water on it, and then just dab it over and dry it. Now I will speed through the process so you don't have to see me do every single piece, but I use about 3-4 different colours in the top part, and then 2 I think it is down in the bottom, or 3. You'll have to wait and see. It's a mystery to me. I've only just finished it and I can't even remember. That's a bit sad. So I'm just building up the background. And then you saw I just sort of checked where the lady was going to sit to see how I was liking that particular area. Again, same process, just with the bottom half. Now you can see it resists really well on some of the paper tape that I used, and then where I've actually had the matte medium as well, it resists there as well. So that I get out some of the texture plates. So I'm using up the top here is the typeset scallop. So I'm sort of making cloud sort of looks, but I didn't want them to stand out a lot, so you can't really see it here, but when you see the close-ups you will. And then I've just got some of the Punchinella Sequin waist border stamp doing down the bottom, and then I also get out the cross marks background to do some of that as well. And then I'm going to use this Scribble Circle because I want her to stand out, so I want like a halo effect embracing this lady. So again, I will just stamp it again using some distressed oxide, so I'm using a yellow one, and then with the same embossing powder again, you'll see, and then heating it up. I really, as I said before, I really like how this looks. So you sort of can't see a lot just then, it just sort of blends into the background. And then you watch when I'm heating the embossing powder how it just sort of pops. So it gives it a focal point without actually it being in your face, if that makes sense. Makes sense to me. But anyway, so you can see it just popping off there. And I'm thinking I really wanted that to stand out a little bit more on the inside, so I actually got out some Crackle paste and I just smooshed it in. No, I'm just gathering supplies for what she's going to sit on first. That's right, I do that first. So I've just got some resin papers, so I'm just going to lay them up, and then I just stitched it on. And then some dress fabric pattern paper too. Thought it was sort of appropriate considering that I'm doing, you know, not the perceived ideal summer body, but anyway. So I've put the Crackle paste in there, I dried it up, and then I just stamped in some row of numbers. And then I thought it was too bright, so then I just sort of wiped it off a little bit and then stamped in again. So I actually really quite like how this came together. And then I decided that her little suit needed to be painted, so I'm just using Oxide inks again. And then I used one of them, the Victorian Velvet, and I didn't think it was bright enough, so then I found my, I think it's picked raspberry. I'm not sure, my dog ate the bottle, so I've just got it in that little, what I managed to save out of the package. I've just got a little squirt bottle, but it's a really bright, vibrant colour. Pink's not usually my thing, but I felt that she needed it. So yeah. And then you can see I'm just heating it again, so that sort of just, because I embossed her before, it sort of just brings the embossing to the front again. Then I'm just going to adhere her with some foam, just to make it stand out just that little bit more. I really love this lady. I got it in one of the grab bags. So the thing I like about those is they're not usually the images that I'd normally pick, but it's a challenge in itself, and I really like it. So then I'm thinking it's too bright, it's too pretty, so I just got some Stabilo all in the black, and then I'm just adding some water to activate it around the outside, just to grunge it all up a little bit, make it a bit more me. And then I'll just add my sentiment. So I've used, I knew I wanted the words I am fabulous, so I wanted to see whether they had any of these in the big Tim Holtz there, but there was no fabulous in there, so I went back to my original plan, which was to use it off a snarky page. So I've got two of the snarky stickers, and then I've just got, I cut out piss off of one. I was going to use other words, but I decided to keep it sort of half nice. And then I found the word please in a book, so I'd hear that just with some matte medium. And then I will put down the bottom there, I am fabulous. So it says piss off please, I am fabulous, which is kind of, you know, embracing what we are, which is hard for all of us, I think. So yeah, so I will leave you with some close-ups. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and head over to our Facebook page. It will be linked in the comments or on the blog post for our August challenge, and please play along. Thanks very much. Bye.